Today, crypto has not been doing very well, but two different cryptos stand out above the rest. That is going to be Sandbox and Decentraland. Now, these are two kind of similar games. They're both decentralized games, and they kind of do similar things. I picked Decentraland over Sandbox just because of that red flag, and I think the fundamentals are just a bit more there from mana. Sandbox could evolve and I could change my opinion on it. However, I just don't like that red flag. It's kind of just tilted me in Decentraland's favor.
Welcome back to Investment Tribe, where you've subscribed because you want to learn all about cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and other digital assets. Don't forget to leave us a thumbs up and enable the notifications so you'll be alerted whenever we post a new video. In this video, we will be talking about and comparing the two giants when it comes to metaverses right now, Decentraland and the Sandbox. We have several criteria that we will use to understand which is the better of the two. But first, an important disclaimer. We are not financial advisors. We're just enthusiasts in this field. So don't take this as professional advice and invest at your own risk. So let's not waste any time and let's just dive into the topic at hand. First, some basic info about the two. Decentraland, whose ticker is MANA. It's a virtual reality platform powered by the Ethereum blockchain, and users can create experiences and monetize content. Land in Decentraland is permanently owned by the community, giving them complete control over creations. Next up, we have the Sandbox, whose ticker is SAND. It's a virtual world where players can build, own, and monetize their gaming experiences in the Ethereum blockchain. Using SAND, the platform's utility token, it aims to create an immersive metaverse in which players will develop virtual worlds and games collaboratively and without a central authority. Teams. The first criteria we will look at is each project's team. Decentraland is a Security Advisory Board, or SAB, that acts as a guarantor of its smart contract security. This team aims to oversee the work of the DAO committee and respond to vulnerability and bug reports in any of Decentraland's contracts. Also, the SAB includes 5 Solidity experts that the Decentraland development team has initially selected. The team consists of blockchain engineers, computer scientists, venture capitalists, and data analysts. So they have a lot of variety in terms of their backgrounds, which is an advantage in every organization. On the other hand, the Sandbox's team is distributed in 4 different countries, specializing in startups and software development, finance, and blockchain business. We're noticing that Decentraland has 3 members in its team, whereas the Sandbox has 5 members plus 5 advisors. So there are more possibilities that the Sandbox team will have better developments, and thus it wins this particular round in our humble opinion. Partnerships. Of course, partnerships are also an important factor here. So let's begin with Decentraland. They have partnered with Cyberpunk Polygon, aka Matic, and Atari to name a few. While that may sound impressive, the Sandbox is making partnerships with Atari, Binance, CoinMarketCap, CryptoKitties, Flow, OpenSea, Opera the web browser, Snoop Dogg, the South China Morning Post, The Walking Dead, and Wax, also just to name a few. Easy choice, we have to give this one to the Sandbox. Access. Let's talk about accessibility next. Decentraland is a guest mode where anyone can start playing in their metaverse without necessarily having to connect to any related digital wallet. However, this means that the experience inside the game is minimal. On the other hand, in the Sandbox, you need to register first via an email, a social media account, or via MetaMask. For this criteria, we think that the Sandbox wins, because it gives users more access to alternatives. Wallets. Speaking of wallets, we reckon that they are also a major factor when it comes to this metaverses. So let's talk about them. Decentraland's native token MANA has the ERC20 standard. However, it has recently made a bridge with Wallet Connect, which allows Polygon users to participate. On the other hand, the Sandbox's native SAND token is also an ERC20 token. You can use any ERC20 wallet in the market for both projects. The most common ones are MyEther Wallet, MetaMask, and Trust Wallet. But as far as wallets go, we're giving this one to Decentraland. Purchasing lands. Let's talk about purchasing lands. The community owns the land in both metaverses forever. It allows them complete authority over their projects. Therefore, landowners have power over what published material should be on their parcels of land, denoted by Cartesian coordinates. As a result, the land is a digital asset that is non-fungible, transferable, and rare. The players may obtain land by using an ERC20 token in Decentraland. The best criteria to choose for lands are the same as you would have in real life. You have to look for areas near strategic places where people gather and spend time. It will give your lands higher value quickly and make better returns over time. In the Sandbox, you have two options for purchasing. You have the Sandbox Marketplace and OpenSea. You only have to connect your wallet, choose the land, and then pay. Also, there's a P2P NFT trader where people can swap their The Sandbox NFTs securely and efficiently. The best way to buy affordable lands in the Sandbox is by browsing in the marketplace, then writing down the coordinates of each land, and then looking to see if the location of the land is near a partnered company on the map. We're still discussing purchasing lands, but we want to consider recent developments as a subsection. Decentraland has announced new partnerships and developments. They've also announced the ability for users to shoot and edit videos inside the platform. On the other hand, the Sandbox's newest developments are that it migrated to a Polygon NFT Layer 2 to use 100 times less energy than Ethereum. They've also recently announced their liquidity mining launch. In conclusion, both metaverse platforms are constantly developing new features. However, the Sandbox's NFT migration is a critical improvement for the platform that may allow for exceptional scalability. Therefore, in this particular case, the Sandbox wins. Scalability. Speaking of scalability, let's discuss it next. Considering that both the developers built these projects on top of the Ethereum blockchain, their scalability capacity is limited. First of all, very high fees. Many of us are painfully familiar with this. We pay fees at Ether, whose price is quite variable, and there's a lot of volatility. Another factor is unstable tokens. So the Ethereum blockchain is still undergoing a lot of changes. It includes moving the consensus mechanism from proof of work or POW to proof of stake or POS system. Under the POW mechanism, Ethereum has 20 transactions per second. However, when Ethereum 2.0 arrives, the blockchain will have 20,000 transactions per second. Both projects don't have enough scalability capacity to adapt to massive adoption. However, this will improve when Ethereum 2.0's POS protocol arrives. So we're calling this one a tie in the meantime. Governance. Let's now consider governance. Decentraland has two tokens: land, which are the non-fungible parcels in which they divide the virtual world, and the second one, as we said earlier, is mana. It's burned to claim land and make in-world purchases of goods and services. Decentraland is a DAO, or a decentralized autonomous organization. The community will vote for things like policy updates, future land auctions, and the safe listing of non-fungible token contracts to be allowed inside, whatever the community deems relevant. Governance voting takes place on Decentraland's DAO governance interface, powered by Aragon. On the other hand, in the Sandbox, users need SAN to participate in governance decisions of the platform, also via a DAO structure. Some examples of voting include foundation grants, attributions to content and game creators, feature prioritization on the platform roadmap, the delegation of voting rights to other players of their choice, and other variables. In conclusion, the governance mechanism for both projects have similar functions, but Decentraland is a more structured voting platform, and it's easier to find on their website. So that's why the winner in this case is Decentraland. Token analysis. Now it's time to talk tokens. Decentraland's mana has multiple use cases and features. It has a fixed supply of 2.1 billion tokens. It allows you to pay fees when a parcel is purchased, and you can pay Decentraland development infrastructure costs with it. Again, it's burned to claim land tokens, and it's used by developers to build that same metaverse. On the other hand, we have the Sandbox's Sand. Its use cases are the following: a platform utility token. It provides developers actual ownership of their creations as NFTs and offers rewards for participation. Users can also trade digital assets and use them as a governance vote. And there's also a fee capture model, wherein 5% of transaction fees are allocated in a staking pool as rewards for token holders and company reserves, which are 20% of the total token supply. Finally, the Sandbox also has developed two more tokens. These are gems, an ERC20 token that they burn to give attributes to the assets tokens, and catalysts, which are burned to mint assets tokens. So we feel the Sandbox wins in this particular factor by far, because they've developed way more than token development, giving their metaverse optimized features. Considering all of these factors that we've analyzed here, we can confidently say that the Sandbox offers not only a more accurate, but a more technically comprehensive platform that is ready to dominate the metaverse. We feel that the Sandbox is better positioned to be a leader in this space above everybody else. That's our video for today. We hope you like it. What do you think of our conclusion? Do you agree with it? Let us know in the comments down below. We love to read about them. Well, that's all for now. This is Investment Tribe. See you again tomorrow. Keep in mind to like, share, and subscribe.